All right, hey everybody, it's Michael.
And Nick.
And we're here with our 12th episode of the Codex Comics podcast. We just got done filming an unboxing video for some Harley Quinn HeroClix. Hopefully that works. Currently the file's corrupted or something.
Fingers crossed.
So I gotta mess around with it a little bit. Hopefully that turns out good. So yeah, some really cool pieces in that. I'm sure we'll talk about it some more at the end, and we have the video hopefully going up if I can fix it. But yeah, cool pieces, fun Harley set. But we're here to talk about comics. So let's start with off with Punisher that came out.
All right, we'll talk about
since the show starts on Friday, same day Justice League comes out.
Yeah, and the actual street date for the normal Battlefront 2 copy.
Oh yeah, yep,
yeah. Basically, we got Punisher in a War Machine costume given by Nick Fury.
I forgot they were doing that.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully he goes against some enemies that are a lot higher tier.
Yeah, I hope they're giving Punisher a cool push here. I think the War Machine suit's actually really cool for the character.
Because James Rhodes died in oh my gosh, Civil War #0 or Civil War 2 #0.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about that.
By Thanos.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think I remember hearing about Punisher in the War Machine suit, and I thought that was a really, really cool idea and a different thing to do with the character. I feel like Punisher's a character that you can be a little bit more free with, in a way. You could give him a War Machine suit, and it's not like you're changing the character, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish it would be cool to see him battle some really, really high tier enemies. You know, instead of Jigsaw or the Kingpin, put him up against I don't know, Green Goblin.
The only problem with the Punisher and putting him with other villains is the Punisher only really works if the villains don't make it out. That's the whole Punisher thing. So putting him with higher up villains is kind of tricky to do because you have to make him lose then if you want to keep, say, Green Goblin around.
Or make a really, really big explosion.
Yeah, true. Definitely. Yeah, some fun stuff. Back to legacy numbering with that. Who knows how many titles Punisher's had throughout the years, individual.
Oh, man. More than I can count.
Yeah, really. But yeah, fun that Netflix show starts on Friday, too, so it'll be fun.
Awesome actor they picked for Punisher.
Oh, yeah.
He fits the role.
Bernthal from Walking Dead, yeah.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah, really. Him and Daredevil was awesome. I loved. that was only part of season 2 that I really enjoyed, was those first 4 episodes.
My favorite scene of season 2 was the stair fight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that was perfectly executed.
I'm so far behind on those shows, though. I won't even get to Punisher for a while. Alright, so some other stuff that came out. I guess we can talk about Batman Who Laughs. Let's start off with that. Another big thing that came out this week.
Yep, the next part of the Dark Knight's Metal tie-ins and all that good stuff. Well, we got Batman Who Laughs. Think of a Batman that's basically, he's beat up by Joker, and Joker's going to pull off his big, big scheme. He's going to gas the whole city with laughing gas. What the heck, Basically, he tortures Batman to the point where he starts to get a little crazy in the head. But he makes Batman so angry, and so he loses control and kills him, which triggers the laughing gas to be administered on himself rather than everyone else. And the unfortunate side effect of the gas is it starts to mess with his mind a little bit. He starts to become more like Joker than he ever could be. And the Bat family notices this, and they confront him, and Batman tells him the truth. Something's going on, something's messing.
You can definitely tell Batman's crazy when he doesn't lie to the Bat family.
Oh, yeah. This I did not see coming. He's telling him, my head's messed up, and I need you guys to stop me if I go rogue. And come on, Bruce, we can do this. We can fix this. And then he turns around, and then when he turns back around, you see his face completely white, and he's got a smile, and he just takes out pistols and kills them all.
Yeah, that page is terrifying. This whole comic is terrifying. Man. It's so dark and it's scary.
Mm-hmm. And the way he handles with Superman.
Yeah.
That sent shivers up my spine.
Yeah.
Like, he handed him a thing of black kryptonite.
Yeah.
Like, what is black kryptonite? I don't know.
I don't even... There are so many kryptonites. It is... Like, oh my. It's actually interesting, though, because we haven't seen anything other than, like, green kryptonite in quite some time.
Yeah, like red kryptonite or something.
Yeah, we haven't even seen that in a long time. I mean, New 52 kind of got rid of that idea, I think, of the different kryptonites. Mm-hmm. Whether it's been reintroduced or not, I can't even keep track of that stuff anymore. But yeah, I mean, it was a really fun issue, and I mean, all these tie-ins have been really, really good. I think Metal proves how you do tie-ins. I mean, even with crossing over into Justice League, those tie-ins have been really good. Mm-hmm. It's not just been fill and fluff and like what Marvel's tie-ins are like a lot of the times. I mean, that's taking a cheap shot, but like, I mean, that's the thing, because when it came to like,
it's like, I'll use Fear Itself for example. Like, Fear Itself is like one of my favorite Marvel runs. The problem was they went a little too far. It's like they touched titles that didn't really need to be touched.
And it's the whole thing where they just want to be like, if you're reading the crossover, try one of these tie-ins, maybe you'll start buying this book monthly. Mm-hmm. And this crossover really didn't, I mean, with the Justice League and Flash and that stuff, it did a little bit, but these other tie-ins are really good and they fit the story.
See, my only beef is, like, I don't know. These tie-ins are really cool. Like, they have really cool concepts. The problem is, like, it would be cool if we had different characters. Not the same concept of a same character.
Obviously, I'm with you on that, too, because of my love for Batman. But, I agree, and, I mean, this issue gave us a little tease of that. So maybe we'll see that in the future.
Oh, maybe.
I hope so. I mean, at its core, this was a Batman event, so that's why we're only seeing the evil Batman. Mm-hmm. And the idea that it's kind of like Barbados doing it and stuff makes sense why he'd only pick the Batman. But it's really cool. And, I mean, I wish we'd see the other characters' Nightmare versions, but again, it's a Batman event, so I wasn't expecting to see as much Superman and Flash as what I've been seeing. So that's actually really nice to see as much of them as I am for a Batman event. So what else we got? We got Superman and Batman 35. I guess we can just start with Superman real quick.
Well, we got John Kent on Apocalypse.
I got John Kent on 2 covers this week. I'm really happy.
Hey, I'll second that. Well, actually, kind of, it's not focused on John Kent. It's actually focused on...
Which I'm upset about, because we got a whole issue about Lois last week. Why can't I have old John issue? But that's another...
Well, you have Super Sons.
Yeah, but once a month.
Hey,
give me 4 times a month Super Sons. 1 a week. Let's go.
Oh, man.
I'll write it for you, DC. But no, yeah, I mean, he's on the cover. I mean, the cover looks really good. Coloring is gorgeous. I mean, that sunset.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The art's really, really good. And there's a ton of artists working on this book. So it's kind of surprising how well it all blends.
Oh, definitely. If you can find 4 people that artworks match, like 90%, then...
Because I know a lot of the times I'll be reading a book. Yeah. I'll be reading a comic, and the art will just take a really drastic turn. Mm-hmm. But this...
I hate to say this, but it's like Darkseid War, you know?
Well...
Yeah. The first part of it was awesome, and then the second part... Just...
Well, and my whole thing is, like, it makes sense. Like, Batman Lost last week had a bunch of different artists, but they got one style for each kind of different era sort of thing.
See, that's cool.
That works.
You know?
And yeah, I'm actually really impressed. Like, actually flipping through this book, I was commenting how nice the art was. And I didn't actually even notice that it was like 4 different artists until I looked at the cover, which is really impressive. Well, I'm actually curious. I don't know. Tomasi might have. I don't know who all did the art for that book, but that's besides the point. Yeah, this whole Imperious Lex, Darkseid, Throne story has been really good so far. Mm-hmm. I like it. I'm really excited to see where it goes.
I'm telling you, Darkseid's going to show up at the end.
I tell you, I hope so.
He's basically going to say to Superman, he's like, get out of my kingdom, or get out of my house. Or whatever.
I really hope that happens. I really want to see a nice Superman Darkseid fight.
But hopefully, the Wonder Woman story catches up to this, Or maybe Darkseid will just go elsewhere.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm hoping that's the end game for this story.
Ooh,
I mean, how many parts is this? Do we know? I don't even know anymore. At this point,
I think there's either 1 or 2 more parts because we've done at least 3-4 parts already.
Yeah, this is 3 actually.
This is 3. Okay. I think it ends.
I'm sure it's probably 5 or 6 parts.
Yeah, I want to say that. Yeah.
Because Oz Effect was 5 parts.
Mm-hmm.
I think they do. How many parts do they do in a trade? I think it's 6. I think 6 issues in a trade, right? For DC.
Well, weren't the Oz Effect books like a couple pages bigger?
Probably, I'm sure.
Okay.
But no, I'm just trying to guess for the Superman story.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been really fun. I mean, seeing Lois with the female Furies and...
that I did not see coming.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Like, okay, sure.
And then John's got like this army of apocalypse dogs, and it's awesome. It's so cool. Like the final page is him riding these dogs, and he's got this really cool outfit on. Definitely, I mean, like, if you wanted to write me, like, a 4-part story just about John's time on Apocalypse, I'd read it. Or even Lois's, too. Last issue was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this Superman series, since Rebirth, has really been proving. Because Jurgens is on Action, and you've got, like, Gleason and Tomasi on Superman. You put good writers that know these characters on these books, I mean, you're gonna have really great stories, and I think that's what they're proving with Superman and Action Comics so far, and I mean Batman too. I mean with King on that, I mean
it's pretty good. Like I didn't care for the jokes and riddles story because it seemed very disorganized, and the timing of everything was a little off.
It was a really great concept. It got to be a bit bloated, I think. But I'm all for this Rules of Engagement story, and I wasn't at first because I didn't like the whole Catwoman and Batman thing.
Oh man, do you know it'd be awesome if I know they can't do this, but just take out the swords or like do a fan thing and put lightsabers in. Just have a lightsaber fight.
DC will get sued so quickly by Disney, quick.
I know it'd be cool to see though.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm sure. I'm sure somebody will do it. But yeah, I mean, the fight with Catwoman and Talia is awesome. But obviously, I love the Bat Family stuff. Bat Family is my favorite Batman aspect. And some of the stuff with Dick and Damian in this story is awesome. The scene where Damian's like, he's Batman and I'm Robin. And Dick just makes fun of him. He's like, you actually just said that. Like, you acknowledged that you're Robin.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really fun because, like, and that's what I love about Super Sons. I love how you get Damian with John, and you actually get to see the side of Damian where he is a kid. And kind of tying in everything with Super Sons too, because we'll talk about that later. You see how he acts with Bruce and Clark. He acts much different. He tries to act super mature. He tries to act like one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you get him with just John, he's a kid again.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really cool. And we see that here with Batman a little bit, with him and Nightwing. I mean, Nightwing's the guy that trained him, and I finally started reading that trade. The Grant Morrison, I forget his name.
Oh,
they did the first
Fraser Eivling or something, whatever his
the
name
first
is.
ever Batman and Robin title. So right after Final Crisis, Batman's dead. So Dick takes up the mantle of Batman and he starts training Damian.
Yeah.
And it's awesome, and just, I mean, like, and this is before Damian really went through his characterization.
Oh yeah, this is a Damian that is
an assassin.
He's still an assassin, and you know,
he was raised by the League of Assassins, and so I think that's why I like Damian so much, because he's actually had this story from point A to where we are now. And
he's a very complex character too, and
he's
still evolving.
And it's something that we don't get. I mean, like, and I think something that's kind of cool with Batman, like, Batman's a character that never changes. And at first, when he proposed to Catwoman, I was like, oh no, you can't do this to this character.
Actually, my thoughts were something's going to happen.
Well, that's going to happen. Don't you worry. It's not,
I can see something happening.
Don't you worry, that'll happen.
Oh.
But I think King's really handling his character arc really well. I mean, when we go from when Thomas Wayne told him to be happy, to be a father to your son, not be Batman. And we see it in this issue where Damian he asks his father, are you happy? And Batman replies with, I'm working on it. And at first I wasn't sold on this whole changing of Batman as a character thing, but I think King's handling it really, really well. He's not changing who the character is, but I think this is opening up new stories.
Yeah, like, I don't know, he's trying to do, like, Batman's always seen it this cold, calculating character, you know? Maybe he's trying to give him more humanity or something.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I hope that Tom King has a really long run on this Batman series.
I can't wait for the Trinity story that they're...
Oh, I know. Yeah, because they're doing 2 issues of Superman and then 2 issues of Wonder Woman, and then whether we see a Trinity issue. But I'm really excited for the next issue, because that is like the first Superman part. And there's been some art leaked. Not leaked. They've posted it. I don't want to say leaked because they've shown us. But we see glimpses of Lois and Superman and Batman and Catwoman, and they're just like going on like a double date or something. And it's really cool. And I think there's a cool story there that you can tell. A different aspect of the relationship of Batman and Superman, where Batman has to figure out how to be in a relationship, how to marry somebody.
Yep. That's like one of the biggest like troubles with him is how to get into a relationship with a woman, you know?
And I really want that story to come up someday with Damian and John. I hope that happens.
That would...
Because Damian's probably much worse at it.
Well,
because every time his parents see each other, they try and kill one another.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, back in the day, you know, before the New 52 happened, Talia wasn't always that cruel. And, but, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they sort of changed her to make her more appear of a villainous.
Yeah, I mean, that's the New 52 for you, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, really great stuff this week. This Batman title, I mean, this last Batman arc's been really good. Imperious Lex kind of shocked me with how good it is.
I thought it was just going to be about Superman and Luthor on Apocalypse.
Yeah, and that's what I like about the Superman title so much, is because it is about the family, while Action Comics is more about the action, so to speak.
Yeah.
And Batman, that's always been my flaw so far with Batman, and why I've never connected with it, and that's why I like this Rules of Engagement arc so much, is because we see that he has this family. We see this extended. We know that all these characters are there. When Snyder was writing Batman, and even when King was doing his first couple arcs of Rebirth, we never saw the Bat family. It was only Batman.
Yeah.
And we kind of end up forgetting about who else is there.
Yeah, definitely. It's not just about the primary character. It's also the supporting characters to support the primary character. You know?
And that's a lot of...
You can have a good story without the balance of both.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to see where some of these different things are going. I don't know... I mean, what's the next big Batman story after...
After the Trinity one.
Yeah, I mean, because that's not... I mean, boy. I hate to use the word filler, but that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, actually, if you think about it, you have a lot of stuff coming down the pipe. You still have Dark Knight's Metal stuff. You have Doomsday Clock.
Which, let me tell you, I think it's weird that Dark Knight's Metal hasn't crossed over into Batman at all, or Detective. I think that's really weird, but whatever.
Well, technically, if you think about it, he's not even there.
That's true, I guess.
But
I mean, there was big stuff going on in Detectives for the last.
More on that later, though. Let's move on. Let's talk about some other titles here. The next issue of Amazing Spider-Man came out today.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for this Venom Inc. thing to happen. I'm kind of excited for that. We're still doing this Paula Parker story, and then along with Amazing Spider-Man, we have Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah,
he just revealed his identity to J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, God. I remember the first time he revealed his identity to everyone.
We don't talk about that. Oh, stop. We don't talk about that.
I know that's...
We don't speak about that. No. All right.
I want to slap him in the face. Like, seriously. All right. Anyway.
Something else that Okay. No, we're talking about this real quick.
You want to talk about... All right, here we go.
Here's the thing. So Dan Slott, he preaches all the time about how much he hates the Spider-Man Mary Jane marriage. Okay? Whatever, he's wrong. But he's been saying this a lot, and so I'm wondering if he's teasing it just to make fans angry, and then he's gonna be like, "Here it is, it's back. Been building this for my whole career." But also, it makes me mad because all the fans want it back. Marvel always hated a married Peter Parker. That's why they did the Clone Saga. That's why they did, and then eventually they finally just erased it. But all the fans love the Spider-Man marriage. Mm-hmm. So why, if the fans like it, why get rid of it? First off,
well, if you think about it, see, the problem with it is there's so many seeds sown into the story that triggered this to happen. You realize what would happen if this did not happen. You know, Aunt May would still be dead. Mary Jane.
Well, no, I'm just talking in general. I mean, because
oh, you mean in general?
Because Marvel has always made it clear that they don't want they hate a married Peter Parker. They're like it ages him.
Well, that's like Superman, and he's still married to Lois Lane.
That's my whole thing.
After all these years,
it's obvious that these companies like to copy each other.
Yeah.
So. Why? I'm sure Marvel has to be looking over at Superman right now and being like, for the first time ever, people are buying Superman comics. Mm-hmm. Ever. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that he's a family. So I just...
well, it's like Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows, you know? They kind of... Yeah, actually...
Yeah. It's pretty much the same thing as Superman, Lois, and Clark.
Unfortunately, they do have a balance. The Renew Your Vows shows Parker as a family man, and he has a daughter.
Yeah, but it's not like the main...
It's like... I don't know. It's just...
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I could go on a rampage about this Peter Parker marriage thing for a while.
Yeah.
So anyway...
Alright, moving on. We got Bombshells United number 6. I had to mention something about this, because, we got the bombshell pieces in the Harley set. I got to say something about the comic. These pieces have been backed up by the comics, and they're pretty good. They got some nice artwork. We got Deadpool and Old Man Logan number 2, which basically you have Old Man Logan fighting Deadpool, or they're going to. Oh man, they're gonna rescue this kid, I think, or something. You have Doctor Strange number 381 from Legacy. You have Green Lanterns number 35 with Balfunga. Do you remember Balfunga from Green Lantern Emerald Knights?
Oh my, Emerald Knights.
Basically, it was a story about Mogo. And Balfunga went to fight Mogo.
Yeah, okay.
And we all know how that turned out.
Guardians of the Galaxy 47. 147?
Yeah, 147.
Okay, I was going to say, why didn't that get Legacy numbered? But apparently it did. Okay, cool. Incredible Hulk 710. Planet Hulk Part 2 or something?
Yeah, I guess he's on Sakaar and he's,
Yeah, kind of cool. I mean, people really like the Planet Hulk thing. Justice League 33, the last part of the Bats Out of Hell.
Yeah. It's basically set the stage for what's to come, honestly. Yeah. Like, we won't know more what happens until Dark Knight.
So, like, December 20th or something.
Hey.
I've waited too long for the next issue of Metal.
Hey, you never know.
I love Metal so much.
Then, let's move on to Star Wars. We got some Star Wars here.
What came out this week?
We got Darth Vader number 8, and we got Dr. Aphra number 14.
And the Captain Phasma trade.
That's right.
So, yeah, Darth Vader 8, are we still in the Inquisitor story stuff that's happening?
Actually, the Inquisitor's only made an appearance in, 2 panels in this whole story. Basically, you have an old Jedi, Jocasta Nu, I think that's her name. She basically returns to the Jedi Temple to find holocrons to basically train the next set of Jedi. And, of course, Vader's going to put a stop to that. We can't have any rogue Jedi running around.
Yeah. I can't believe they're still publishing Dr. Aphra, by the way.
Well, they got rid of her crew, and they gave her a whole new crew of people. I like the protocol droid and the R2 unit. They were a little crazy. But yeah, it was kind of time for her to give her a new cast.
Yeah.
You know. We got Grim Fairy Tales number 10. We got Wonder Woman Conan number 3. And X-Men Blue number 15.
So, did you see, they just released the other day, they're doing another X-Men color team. They're doing X-Men Red.
X-Men Red with Jean Grey. Yep.
Yeah, that team looks pretty cool.
Who's on the team? Because I don't know who's on the team.
All new Wolverine and some other. Apparently, they're introducing a new. I don't know. See, I don't know X-Men characters, but like the female, the Laura, the Wolverine.
Oh, X-23.
Yeah, but she's the all new Wolverine now. I don't think she's X-23 anymore.
Well,
yeah.
For stuff I would say you could probably call her X-23
and
just
then
to keep it straight.
Apparently, they're introducing a new mutant for it. Some brand new mutant. I haven't followed. Like I said, I don't know X-Men stuff very well.
Well, I'm just glad they're bringing back normal Jean Grey.
How long is this going to last before she becomes Phoenix again?
I think she is I have a feeling this is going to be different. Like, she's going to embrace a little bit of the Phoenix within her.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so much X-Men stuff. I can't even. The X-Men stuff. The X-Men. There's many X-Men books is what there are for like regular Marvel titles.
Oh, man. Well, I like X-Men Gold. That's probably my favorite because it just reminds me of Giant Size X-Men.
Yeah.
You know, with the lineup. And I don't know. I honestly thought old Jean Grey was going to go on that team because, you know, it's all the old characters and then you bring her back. But what's going to happen to the newly returned Wolverine from Legacy number
have we
1?
seen him since Legacy?
He had the mind gem.
Yeah.
What's he going to do with a mind gem?
I just have been wondering if we've seen him since we saw him in Legacy.
That would be a cool person to put on X-Men Red.
That
version of Wolverine. Because, unfortunately, every team has a Wolverine on it.
There's so many Wolverines. So many Wolverines. Gosh. All right. So to move into our next stuff about gaming and that stuff. So here, Clicks Unboxing. I'm going to try really hard to fix this video. It was pretty cool. We opened up 4 boosters of the Harley Clicks. I'm going to try really hard to fix it. We'll see what I can do. Xanathar's Guide.
We got the actual release date for Xandar's Guide is November 21st, which is next week.
Yeah, because it'll be Tuesday because Wednesday is the 22nd and we get Doomsday Clock.
That's right.
So excited.
Oh man. But the core stores that are with Wizards of the Coast got the book at least a week.
Yeah.
2 weeks earlier, and I was flipping through it, and there's a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah, that's what I've heard about it. I heard there's like lots of stuff, which is exciting.
I will probably go into greater detail next week when the book actually comes out.
Okay.
So, to build the anticipation. But anyway.
Next week's going to be a busy week, though. We've got Doomsday Clock.
Yeah.
40 pages.
At least we don't have...
I'm so excited.
At least we don't have previews books next week.
Well, yeah, we'll do that next week. All right, Doomsday Clock. Predictions.
Well, I can see one thing happening. It would be awesome if... I can see the scene with Superman Dr. Manhattan. That scene is going to be epic. He's going to be like...
Yeah.
You have positive...
They're going to make me wait too long for that issue. We probably won't get it for a while. Like, they're not going to give that to us in the first issue, which is upsetting.
That would be like the 9th or 10th issue. They would make us wait for it.
I know, I'm so mad.
I think, honestly, I don't know. I'm clueless.
I know. I wonder if they're building back to a President Lex thing.
Oh, man.
I'm curious to see if they're going to build towards that. I don't know, because... Lex is going to become evil again out of this story.
See, I wouldn't put him evil. I'd be like a neutral evil. He's
he's
evil because he has to be.
I mean, that's always been Lex, though. So,
actually, I think we're gonna see the 10 years that we're missing in the story.
Yeah, well,
like think of like the Arrow TV series. You know, you have the main story,
flashbacks, yeah,
but it's gonna be like a page in every book, maybe.
I'm curious to see where, like the last issue, like is it gonna put those 10 years back, or is it gonna be like a crisis, or
is it gonna be an epic fight?
Like, I mean, what is the end result of Doomsday Clock? Does the time go back? Does Batman merge with another version of himself like Superman did? Does Wonder Woman do that? Like,
I feel like somebody's going to die at the end.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
What is death in comics?
I mean, like, this death might be like, you know, I don't think it would be one of the core characters. I think it would be somebody that's connected to the story.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exciting, and it's hard to even know what they might do.
Mm-hmm.
It's so exciting. And
we don't have enough data to.
I can't wait to
put together something.
Tear into this comic next Wednesday,
page by page. Right, we're gonna look at this page by page.
Yeah, it'll be really, really exciting. Oof. 40 pages.
40 pages of awesome artwork by Gary Frank.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Like I don't even know if I'm mentally prepared for this. I better get a pin. By the way.
A pen?
A pin.
Oh, pin.
I better get a Doomsday Clock pin.
Well, we got it's a small little poster of...
I already claimed it.
You claimed it? Okay.
Yeah, it's the black and white artwork of the variant cover for the first issue.
I wish it was bigger.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't... Mm-hmm. I think, because like right now, the big poster that's up there for the Doomsday Clock is the black with a clock on it. I feel like that's just right now for like the teaser because like they don't want to show us too much. Mm-hmm. But I think once we get a couple issues in, I think they're going to be like, here's a crazy.
I want like a movie cover. That would be awesome.
Well, there's one that I really want. There was like they showed like a page from like the comic or something. I don't know if it showed the whole Justice League and like Wonder Woman's in the front, but showed all of them. And it said, I want to say Who Watches the Watchmen on it, and it showed the Justice League. I don't remember if it was that quote or it was. There was a quote on it, but it showed like the whole Justice League. It was really cool.
Oh, it would be awesome if the Flashpoint Thomas Wayne showed up in this. Yeah,
story. I wonder if we're gonna see that whole thing.
I'm telling you, he's not gone.
We got 12 issues, 40 pages apiece, and I want a lot of stuff from this, but I don't know how much they're going to pack into it.
Yeah. Well, it's like if they do bring back Thomas Wayne, do like an old Trinity. You know, like you have Jor-El who got zapped at the end of. Oz Effect. You got Hippolyta.
What if the Watchmen exist in the Flashpoint universe? There's so much stuff that I don't even know what to do with this information. Because like they could do that too. I'm curious to see. Basically, what I want to know is we know that the first issue starts in 1992. Mm-hmm. How do we go from 1992 to like where we are now?
2017.
How do these characters' worlds merge together? What did Dr. Manhattan do? Did he create the DC Universe? Did he mess with it? Did he take 10 years away?
Too many questions.
Yeah, too many questions.
Too many questions.
But yeah, it's really exciting. It's a week from today.
Yeah.
I've been waiting.
I can't
months since that final issue of Flashpoint where you turn the page and it says the clock is ticking across the DC Universe.
Mm-hmm. Hey, and it has to come out in the best month out of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they should have done it this week. They should have done it this week, like right before Justice League.
I don't know. Well, you see, this week was jam-packed full of stuff.
That's true. It was a busy week.
Yeah, you don't want to put too much because then people are going to get burnt out. You don't want
I wonder, is Doomsday Clock the only thing coming out next week?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because I'm curious, because Action Comics is set to come out next week, because like every other week. Mm-hmm. But I'm wondering if maybe it's just waiting a week or something, because I wonder if they're just going to I wonder if Doomsday Clock's going to be it.
Nah, I don't think they would do that. The only time they would only put one issue out of DC Comics is like Christmas time.
Well, yeah.
Like they put out certain titles, you know. But I don't think Doomsday Clock is just going to be there. There's going to be other stuff too.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, there's going to be other stuff, but I mean, because I feel like Action and Detective might be taking a week break just after getting after these big stories. Because that's usually what they've been doing. They finish a big story and then they take a week.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, more on that later. Well, next week, I should say.
Next week. Oh, it's going to be crazy. I'm going to be screaming and excited, jumping up and down. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, just don't call me at, like, midnight.
Well, I can't even get it at midnight. I don't want to talk about it. You're going to read it before me, and I'm mad.
Actually, I'll make it my personal mission to read it before.
Oh, I know! I won't read it till 15 minutes before we start turning this on.
Oh, man.
I might even just record it while I'm reading.
Hey, there you go.
I know. Don't even. I try to get you to have a 11:57 party.
Oh.
Anyway,
moving on.
So, what else do we got going on? Just, our picks. I don't know.
Unfortunately, I don't have a comic pick this week, but I have to go with the Harley set because, I'm a Clicks guy,
Definitely. I mean, it's supposed to come out at the beginning of the month, and we finally got them, so that's really exciting.
Yeah, they actually pushed it back 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Glad they did, because if it would have came out that 1 week, they probably would have had not so good pieces in there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, take more time to get quality out. But anyway, so my pick of the week is obviously Super Sons 10. If Super Sons is coming out, the only time Super Sons won't be my pick is if it comes out the week of Doomsday Clock. Like, if it's ever paired up with Doomsday Clock, that's the only time it won't be my pick.
Well, you have 12 chances.
I know. But anyway, so Super Sons is my pick. Basically, Batman is Superman. Well, the issue opens up. We find out that Superboy can fly now. I mean, we knew that he could fly, but he's got some really good control on it.
I was gonna say he could fly in Superman 34.
Yeah.
Or no, not 34. 30.
Probably 25.
25.
Because I think after the Manchester Black stuff, he realized he got more power.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, we see him testing out his powers in front of Bruce and Damian, and but basically moving more towards the end of the issue, we find out that Bruce and Clark have decided that if Damian and John are going to start doing this whole superhero thing, they need a headquarters. So they walk into it, and John goes, "Look, it's our Fortress of Attitude," and it's awesome. I love it. I thought that them getting a Fortress of Solitude sort of thing, I thought it was just going to be like a gimmick.
I thought it was actually going to be a crystalline structure, like a small one.
But I think
smaller one.
It makes sense that Bruce bought this thing for them and all that stuff.
And it's not an abandoned warehouse in the middle of
nowhere.
Yeah,
but it's really cool because I thought it was just going to be like a gimmick thing. I thought it was going to be like, here's this one issue, they're getting a base, it's never going to matter. But the way they set it up in this issue is it's going to be like a real big staple of this series, and that's what I'm hoping for. I want Super Sons to be like a superhero comic instead of just it's hard for me to put into words what I want it to be, but I want it to be up there with Batman and the Superman titles, where it's, I don't know.
One thing I could see John Kent going into would be the Teen Titans title.
I hope so.
Him being a permanent character there.
They teased it in the last arc, and I kind of hope that happens. I think maybe we'll get there after this Super Sons of tomorrow. I think we'll get there.
Or I can see a scene like the whole team's under mind control, and then Damian, he's like, "John, I need you," or something, and then he shows up and they fight.
That's sort of actually what happened. They were fighting this magician guy, and they got defeated pretty good, so they had to run and to get John's help. And it's just so much fun. Super Sons 10, definitely check it out. Basically read this book so that I get more of it. Because if you people put your money into it, that means that
they'll keep making
them, and I can keep buying them. Because Super Sons is my favorite title, probably, that DC's putting out, and that's saying a lot. The writing's phenomenal, and the art's always really good, too. Anyway, so some events that are going on.
Alright, so this Saturday at 1 o'clock, we have a 2-booster sealed of Harley, as we mentioned in the unboxing video.
If that ever happens. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Okay, Thursday, November 23rd, the shop is closed for Thanksgiving. So, enjoy turkey.
What's the sale you got going on?
Then Black Friday, November 24th, we're having some sort of sale, I guess.
It says it on the paper.
Yeah. See, they don't tell me things, you know? All right.
It's going to hurt my wallet again.
I'm sorry, man. All right. And then the next day, the 25th, is Small Business Saturday. So make sure you stop in the shop and also support the local small businesses around.
And also, apparently, there's a sale.
On that day, too. Oh, yeah. And for the sale info, check the Codex Comics website that we have.
Facebook.
And Facebook, yeah. And then the December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, we have Dickens of a Christmas. Big thing in Ebensburg. There's going to be all different kind of activities, like ice sculptures, and I think the first day at like 10 o'clock or something, they light the big tree up in town. And also check out the window display here.
When's that coming?
I'm just gonna say soon.
Oh my, I'm so excited. I love that window display every year.
So, all right.
We'll see you next week. We got Doomsday Clock next week, so prepare for a really fun episode and me being really obnoxious about Superman. We'll see you then.